Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Raphael, and you have some grammar questions, and I think these questions are important because I think both in writing and speaking for TOEFL, the grammar that you're asking me about, I think is important for you to use. So let's take a look at page 79 in the vocabulary. You say, the specification of the house was that it be built with all natural materials. Now you think you should say was that it was built, right? Now what we're using here is the subjunctive. So if you go to Google, type in these key words, and you can understand more about it. Now here's the key. The specification was that it be, if you take this sentence, you can rewrite it to say this. I just want to show you, and it has the same meaning. I could say, the house should be built with all natural resources. So this has a similar meaning that what you see above here. So it's better to use the word be here because it kind of means that it should be built. Right? Now you probably know that after modals you use the base form of the verb, right? So you can almost put the word was that it should be built with all natural resources, and it has the same meaning. Right? Now when and where or how we use the subjunctive mood, go to Google and type in these key words. What is the subjunctive mood? Okay, let's go to this one. It says, they are to be used for dieting purposes. Wouldn't be better? They are to be used for dieting purposes. Yes, this is my mistake. You are correct here. You say, I do not understand the difference with they are used for dieting purposes or they are to be used for dieting purposes. Okay, I think here, if you look at the infinitive, to be used, we sometimes use infinitives for potential events. So if you say they are used for dieting purposes, you're talking about something that happens. It's used regularly for that reason, but they are to be used. You're talking about a potential event, something that hasn't happened. So this is more talking about an actual or maybe completed action, the way that it's phrased, and the one up here is talking more about a potential event. Alright? So you say, your next question, when I have sore throat, I find it difficult to swallow my food. You say, is the word it necessary? I do not understand which noun it refers to. I would put this in here too to make that correct. I have sore throat, I find difficult to swallow my food. Okay, the main thing here to understand this one, you could write it this way. It is difficult for me to swallow my food. So if you look at it this way, it is difficult for me to swallow my food has a similar meaning to I find it difficult to swallow my food. So it is difficult for me. So this sentence that you see here has a similar meaning here. So in the original sentence, because I'm using it here, and when I rewrite the sentence like this, I need to put the word it directly after the word fine. Let me give you another one that's kind of similar to this. You might say, my professor has made it hard to complete the research project on time. It's the same thing. So my professor has made it hard to complete the research project on time. You could also say it is hard to complete the research project on time. So certain kinds of words like find and make, it is common to use that pronoun directly after those words. Alright? Okay, let's go to another one. The law requires And you can almost think about it, even though you don't see it, you can think about this word here. The law requires that the new cars be equipped with airbags for front seat drivers. You have the same question as before, so it should be here. Because if you rewrite it a different way, you could say it like this. You could say new cars should be equipped with airbags for front seat drivers. You could say it this way, and it has the same meaning as the law requires that the new cars be equipped with airbags. And you could say here, even though you don't see it, it's kind of implied, and that has the same meaning. So it really goes back to this question. What I recommend that you do, using Google, type in the words, what is the subjunctive mood? Now, what you want to be careful about, I think that's going to be helpful for you to help you learn this, is there are certain kinds of words like this. Words like require. Let me give you a few of these words. Require, stipulate, recommend, suggest, order, and so on. All of these verbs, these are what we refer to as verbs of urging. So if you have a subject in, say, require, and then you use the word that, in any of these cases, I require that, I stipulate that, I recommend that, I suggest that, I order that. In every case here, you need to use the base form of the verb in the noun clause. And that is what we call the subjunctive mood. Alright, so these are my answers to your questions.